Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Arsenal are now ready for bids to come in for their £30 million player. Aaron Ramsdell must be frustrated at Arsenal. The goalkeeper has had a really tough season sitting on the bench for the Gunners, and with the January transfer window open, there has been some chat about the goalkeeper making a move. However, as of yet, there has been no movement on that front. However, according to Dean Jones speaking on the Ranks FC podcast, Arsenal are ready for offers to come in for Ramsdell. Indeed, according to Jones, Arsenal are bracing themselves for movement on the Ramsdale front over the next 2 weeks. Jones shared what he knows about the £30 million goalkeeper. He said, as it stands, Arsenal haven't actually had any offers made for Aaron Ramsdell, but I know they are bracing themselves for some interest around him as we get towards the last couple of weeks. All it takes is an injury for a big club's goalkeeper. That's the first door you knock on, isn't it? If your goalkeeper is injured, you'd go to Arsenal and say you want Aaron Ramsdell until the end of the season. Ramsdell would be the first port of call for any team looking for a new goalkeeper this month, but as things stand, nobody really needs a new goalkeeper. Newcastle could probably do with one after Nick Pope's injury, but at the same time, Arsenal won't want to strengthen a direct rival by selling Ramsdell to the Magpies, so that move may be very difficult for Ramsdell to make. Ramsdell does need a move in the near future. The longer he spends on the bench, the less likely he is to make it in England's Euro squad this summer, and that's a situation he will be desperate to avoid if possible. Fabrizio Romano says another player could be leaving Arsenal soon after Cedric Soares. Speaking to GIVEMESPORT, Romano initially confirmed the news that Cedric Soares will find a new club this month, but the journalist then provided a fresh update on the future of Mohamed Elneny. Currently away with Egypt at AFCON, Romano said that it's a real possibility that Elneny leaves Arsenal in the January window. Initially speaking about Cedric, Romano said he will leave. This is the expectation, and they are looking at solutions, whether it's something in Spain or Turkey, so they are waiting for the best solution, even the player, and then we will see in the next few days. But I see Soares leaving for Elneny. There is interest from Besiktas and other clubs, alongside interest from Saudi Arabia, so I think it's a possibility for him to go. And whilst Elneny has a strong relationship with Arsenal fans, it's probably best for all parties if he leaves. At 31, the Egyptian still has a ton to offer with his game, and he is not going to get the chances he deserves in North London. Elneny is already behind Jorginho in the pecking order, with Thomas Partey also set to return. That being said, it seems as if another player who doesn't necessarily have an Arsenal future could be on their way back to the club in the January transfer window. Nuno Tavares may have his Nottingham Forest loan deal cut short this month by his new boss, Nuno Espirito, meaning Arteta may then have another asset he can cash in on this month. 23-year-old does not want to leave Arsenal this month. He thinks he is good enough to start. Emile Smith Rowe is quietly confident that he is good enough to play a lot more often for Arsenal and is not pushing to leave the Emirates over his lack of game time. Few Arsenal fans would have expected that Smith Rowe would have made just one start in the Premier League since the start of the 22-23 campaign. He scored 10 league goals the previous season. However, injuries hit, and the 23-year-old seems to have fallen right down Mikel Arteta's pecking order at the Emirates. He has been an unused substitute in 8 Premier League games this term. Unsurprisingly, that has led to speculation that Smith Rowe could leave Arsenal in the January window, but it would appear that the Arsenal star is not the one pushing to move on. According to a report from The Athletic, Smith Rowe is not looking to leave Arsenal, and he does believe that he is good enough to reclaim a more prominent role once again. It has almost been baffling how Mikel Arteta has been so reluctant to use Smith Rowe more. perhaps. He is worried about putting too much pressure on him, given the injuries he has previously had. There was also a spell where Kai Havertz was excellent and silenced many of his doubters. However, he has largely been an underwhelming signing, and there have been plenty of times when Arsenal fans would surely rather see Smith Rowe get a chance ahead of the German international. It's telling that there would be a queue of clubs keen to make a move if he became available. Aston Villa are long-time admirers of Smith Rowe, and you would think that several others could target him if the chance presented itself. Certainly, plenty of sides will be monitoring his minutes over the second half of the campaign ahead of the summer. Arsenal now on alert after learning special Premier League attacker has £50 million release clause. Arsenal are reportedly on alert on Michael Oll's release clause, with the Crystal Palace star able to leave for just £50 million. The French youth international has been subject to plenty of Premier League interest this month, with the likes of Liverpool and Manchester United being linked with the former Reading FC star. And Arsenal are now in the mix for Ollis, with the Gunners keen to add to their attacking ranks, with Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli underperforming this season. Now, according to TalkSport, Arsenal are aware of Ollis' release clause, with a transfer battle for the youngster's signature set to ignite in the summer. Lauded by former Palace boss Patrick Vieira as a special talent, Ollis looks primed to join one of the Premier League's biggest clubs at the end of the season, and for Arsenal, there will be an urge to move for the Eagles' trickster, with Ollis a player who could be well suited to Mikel Arteta's long-term vision for the North London club. Ollis is easily one of the most entertaining players in the Premier League, with the French youth international bringing a certain joy to fans that only few can now do in this era of the game. And for Arsenal, they will be confident they can beat the likes of Liverpool and United in the summer to Ollis' signature, especially if the playmaker's release clause stands at £50 million. As we know, the North London side aren't afraid to spend big on players Arteta deems good enough for his Arsenal vision, and Ollis fit that criteria for the Basque coach. Arsenal could well be the team very good player eventually signs for. Arsenal could make a move for Amadou Onana this summer. Everton are in even more trouble with the Premier League. The Toffees have once again been charged by the league for an FFP breach, and that has led to plenty of speculation around a number of their key players' future. Amadou Onana is one player that has been linked with a move away from Goodison Park, and Arsenal are said to be keen on the Belgian. Speaking on Inside Arsenal, Charles Watts has claimed that Everton's recent charge shouldn't affect Onana's immediate future, but he claims that it could have an impact in the summer, claiming that Arsenal could well be the club that make a move for the midfielder at the end of the season. Watts shared what he knows about the Belgian. He said, "I don't think this will impact Arsenal's chances of signing Onana in the January window. It might do in the summer, and it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal do really firm up their interest in Onana in the summer, because he is a very good player, and I can't imagine he will be at Everton come the start of next season. Someone will make a move for him, and it could well be Arsenal." The situation at Everton seems to become more and more complicated with each passing day, and this is one to keep an eye on. At the moment, Everton don't seem to need to sell players to raise money, but that could change this summer with any further charges or potentially even relegation. Onana is a player that seems destined for a big move this summer, and who knows, perhaps Arsenal could grab him for a bargain at the end of the season if Everton find themselves in a bit of a desperate situation. Onana to Arsenal could be on the cards this summer. Arsenal eyeing complete 21-year-old. Arsenal have been linked with Everton's Jared Brandt in recent days, as Mikel Arteta looks to bolster his defensive ranks further in 2024. The Gunners have joined a number of leading clubs in the race for the 21-year-old Toffees man, according to TalkSport's Alex Crook. Although Arsenal aren't desperate for central defenders at present, the flanks are more of a priority. Brandt is one of the Premier League's best young defenders and a player worthy of monitoring. And with Everton being charged with breaching Premier League profitability and sustainability rules, the likes of Arsenal will no doubt be monitoring the club's situation to see if they could sell in the summer. Crook said the following: "We've been speaking a lot about Everton's financial issues in the last 24 hours, yet more alleged breaches of profit and sustainability rules. If they are to sell in the summer, and I'm told that there is every chance they might now have to cash in on a Brandt. Ancelotti has continued to monitor his progress. Arsenal are tracking the situation, Newcastle as well. Brandt has made his first team breakthrough at Everton this term, registering 22 appearances in all competitions, including 18 in the Premier League. Earlier this month, The Guardian described Brandt as a speedy defender with as much aggression as Martin Keown, rushing to laugh in the face of a certain former Man United striker. And speaking of Ruud van Nistelrooy, he managed the reported Arsenal target at PSV Eindhoven last season and deemed him a complete centre-back. Such was his impact. In terms of price tag, Football Transfers have reported that Everton value the player at £75 million. That's obviously a huge valuation, but considering how valuable top defenders are, it's somewhat understandable. However, let's see what happens in the coming weeks and months. If the Toffees have to sell, then who knows whether that price tag could come down amid some negotiations. At the same time, if a bidding war breaks out, and that's not that unlikely, then the price may not drop much. £66 million star scores two screamers in the same game after claims Arsenal want to sign him. Arsenal target Dusan Vlahovic was on fire last night as he scored a brilliant brace to help Juventus beat Sassuolo 3-0. The Serbian has been on the Gunners' radar for a long time. He turned down a move to Mikel Arteta's side 2 years ago, but Arsenal's interest still remains strong, and they have been linked with a move to sign him again recently. Juventus are having a very good season in the Serie A, and Dusan Vlahovic is finally looking like the player he once was at Fiorentina. The Serbian didn't have the greatest time in his first 18 months at the club. He scored 23 goals in his first 63 games, which is not a great return for someone who cost Juve £66 million. Vlahovic has been better this season and has scored 9 times already. 2 of those came against Sassuolo last night, and they were both stunning goals. The 23-year-old opened the scoring in the 15th minute with a fine strike from outside the box. He received the ball from the right side, set himself up with just one touch and curled it past Andrea in goal. That was a lovely finish, but it got even better just 22 minutes later. Juventus won a free kick outside the box, and Vlahovic stepped up to take it. The Serbian found the back of the net again with a stunning strike. Juve went on to win the game quite comfortably, and Vlahovic's brilliant brace will be on fans' minds for quite some time. Arsenal are in desperate need of a new striker, and among all the names linked with a move to the Emirates is Dusan Vlahovic once again. It was reported a few days ago that the Gunners have made moves to sign the Serbian, while rumors about a player plus cash swap deal have also surfaced. Vlahovic would be a brilliant signing for Arsenal. He is a prolific goal scorer who can score a variety of goals. The 2 screamers above are good examples. Arsenal have nobody in their squad who can offer what Vlahovic does to Juventus. We think he would be an amazing signing if Edu and Mikel Arteta can get him this month. As we wrap up today's Arsenal news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.